Welcome to Clouds.Training. This is part 14 of OOPS Concepts Training Program. In this lesson, we will learn about generics. Generics is very huge topic to discuss and it requires a series of topics to understand in detail about each and every concept. However, in this lesson, we will try to cover the basic concept of generics with a simple example. Generics lets you to create methods, classes, structures, or interfaces to a precise data type it acts upon. That means when we are creating generics in classes, structures, interfaces, or methods, we can include a type parameter that defines the type of object that they can store or use. The best example of generics is collection. Now let's see the example of how to define a basic generic in our class. For this, let's switch back to Visual Studio. Here I have opened a Visual Studio solution from our previous lessons, which contains all the topics that we have discussed, examples, everything in one solution. Now, as always, we will upload the source code to GitHub Clouds Training public account. Here, in the console application, let's create the example of generics. For this, we will use a class. For this class, we are passing a generic parameter t. If you remember from our previous lessons, we have discussed about how we can create classes and structures. In case you are not familiar with this class creation, you can check the lesson from classes and structures. So for this class, we are passing generic type t and we will define this t as a field. Now, the name of generic here is to identify this class, we have given name. It can be anything. Now let's create an instance of a generic class. When we are creating the object of a class, we will use the keyword new and instantiate the class. The same way, when we are creating the object of a class of generic type, we can use the same syntax. However, we need to pass the parameter type. In this case, we are passing string. So whatever the value that we pass here will be assigned to this field of generic type. So now this field acts as a string. We can assign a string value to this field. If I try to assign number to this, it will not allow because we can see that cannot implicitly convert type into string. That is the reason for that is generics are type safe. Now let's print the value to the console, run the application. We can see that the value is printed to the console. If you want to prove that this generic field type is a string, we can print that to console by using z field get type of name. That means it will print the type of this variable. We can see that it is a system.string. So that's how we can implement generics. This is a very basic example. In the future, we will try to create dedicated topic on generics and it will be a series of topics because there is a lot to cover in generics. Until then, have a great day. Thanks for watching.